Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and if you're new here then please hit that subscribe button because I really want to see you stick around and join my little family. And if you have already subscribed then make sure that notification bell switched on just so you're notified of whenever I upload a video. And now we can jump on in. So some of you may or may not know that I do have a new job and I now work for Benefit Cosmetics, and I thought it would be really helpful to anyone out there who's looking to get a job on a cosmetics counter or to work for Benefit Cosmetics in particular, because when I started researching, when I actually applied for my job at Benefit Cosmetics, I started to realise that a lot of the videos were very old and blog posts that I were about were very old as well. So I wanted to do a more up-to-date, recent sort of experience of the application process and also how to get a job at Benefit Cosmetics basically. So this video is going to be how to get a job at Benefit Cosmetics. So if you want to get a job, then just keep watching. So basically I'm going to go through the application process, the different stages of the application process and the interview and all that sort of thing, and I'm also going to discuss my experience when I had my interview. I just want to give you a quick overview of sort of what job I'm doing now, just in case you haven't watched my life update video so you don't know much about my position. So basically I'm just a beauty advisor for Benefit Cosmetics. I applied for the job. I've been working for them now for probably about 2 months, and I do 30 hours a week. I have just been offered full time, but with YouTube and everything 30 hours a week suits me down to the ground for the time being. Not to say that I wouldn't want to do full time in the future, but for now I quite enjoy doing the 30 hours and balancing that alongside my YouTube because you know how much I love you guys. So I have just gone in and basically you just do, at the moment I just do makeovers and helping customers, but you also get trained on brows, but I haven't done that yet. So if you work on a hybrid counter for Benefit, if you run a counter that does eyebrows as well, all the girls now have to be trained in eyebrows, so I will be eventually trained on how to do eyebrows, but for now I'm basically just a beauty advisor who does 30 hours a week. Now all that's over and done with and you sort of know a little bit about me, let's get into the actual process. So stage one is the application online. So the initial application online, you may have seen, you know, you may have popped into store and seen that they're looking for someone, and you've seen a poster, so they'll tell you normally to go online and apply all the applications. Normally if there's a vacancy they're always online, so you can just go onto the Benefit job vacancy website and it will tell you if any of your local stores have a vacancy, whether it be for a manager's position or a general beauty advisor position, and then you just fill out the application form. So you fill out an application form and you attach your CV. The normal it's just a normal sort of retail-esque form, so they'll ask you why you want to work for the company, you know, what's so special about Benefit and why it means so much to you type of thing, sort of all the basic questions that you normally get asked initially when you apply for a job. You have to attach your CV again like you normally do, and they'll also ask you things about, like, if you're put in a certain situation with customers, they'll give you like an A, B, C, D, E answer type thing. You've got to select which one you think you would do if you were put in that situation. Then you'll get an email to say that your application's been sent off, and if you're successful they'll be in touch. The actual application process of getting a job working at Benefit is lengthy, but I'm not sure if that's just Benefit or whether that's cosmetics counters in general. Obviously it's my first job on a cosmetics counter. There is quite a few different stages, but if you stick it out it's worth it in the end. Like, I love my job now. The second stage is actually a telephone interview. So they'll ring you up and they'll say, oh look, you've been successful, you know, have you got 10-15 minutes now, and we just want to do like a little telephone interview with you to see if you're going to be successful to go through to the next stage. And they ask you questions like, you know, what previous experience do you have, why do you want to work for Benefit Cosmetics, what do you know about the company, do you know much about the company, what's your favourite products and why, if you could be a Benefit product, what would you be and why would you be that product. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a very quirky process. Telling you those questions is nice for you if you are looking to apply for that job, because it gives you a chance to be prepared, because they tend to be the questions that they do ask all the time, and it's nice for you to sort of have an answer prepared. You're alright, you know, like me, I already knew I love like the Howe bronzer, I love their blushes, I know the mascaras are really good, so it's alright if you already know a little bit of background about the company. But if you're someone who, you know, doesn't know much about the company, because there will be people who've started working for them and they don't know a lot about the company, you know, it's best to be prepared. It's fail to prepare, prepare to fail, remember that. So if you don't prepare, then be prepared to fail. So basically you just want to be creative. I think I said something about the bronzer and like really being like that glowy goddess, and it was cheesy, but that's what I went with, and I rolled with it and it worked. And it's about your product knowledge, so they want you to know the products off the top of your head. They want you to know at least a couple of products off the top of your head. So after the phone call, which is about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, they'll invite you for an interview. They'll send you an email across to say, this is where your interview is going to be, this is the time it's going to be at, you know, can you make it, type thing. So the first interview, so stage 3, the first interview is, mine was with the area manager. I'm not sure if that's everyone's. The other thing that you have to know is that just because you're applying for a job in, say for instance, Middlesbrough, Debenhams, it doesn't mean that your interview is going to be in Middlesbrough, Debenhams. Your interview might be in York, it could be in Boots at Teesside Park, it could be in, do you know what, like somewhere else in the area. It doesn't necessarily mean that, because one of the girls I work with, she, even though she was applying for a job at the Middlesbrough Debenhams, she actually did her interview at York. She had to get the train to York, so it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the place that you're gonna. I could have gone to Darlington, so just bear that in mind, that you might have to travel to do your actual interview. So the first interview is about half an hour to 45 minutes, and it's basically a sit down interview where the area manager is going to ask you questions. You want to be prepared, so I would definitely say every time I had to be in store for like a different interview process, I was there at least 10-15 minutes early. Show willing, show that you want to be there. Go, you know, even if you're early and they say, oh, we're not ready for yet, go and look around the counter, look like you're really interested, because, well, I was, but like that's the way to be, like be genuinely interested in what you've applied for. So it was very similar sort of questions in the actual sit down interview to what it was in the phone interview, but it was a little bit more in depth. So it was more like, have you ever worked towards targets, and if you have worked towards targets, you know, how did you achieve those targets, how do you create a good customer experience, tell me about a time you went above and beyond for a customer, share a time you've experienced a tricky customer, how do you handle the situation. All of those sort of questions, because they want to see that you can deal like that with that situation. And they also ask you a lot in detail about like your previous job experience and how and why you want to work for them, and why you want to change your job. So they always look for like their brand and brand values. So I would definitely try to use the brand values in your attitude. So benefit about being fun, bubbly. They just want you to have like a really nice good time while being professional and at work. Then if you're successful, you'll get invited to the audition, which is stage 4, and it's probably the most stressful thing I've ever been through in my life. It is stressful, only because my anxiety is so bad. So the next part of the interview stages is the audition. You are going to do an audition on your benefit interview. Doesn't matter who you read about, where you... The audition is part of their process basically. So obviously I'm guessing you guys are thinking, well, what is an audition? So basically after you finish the interview with your area manager, you are then either invited back on the same day for an audition, or you're invited back on a different day for an audition. Basically the audition is a long ass process. The audition is a good few hours, basically where you go down onto the shop floor and audition for your role basically. It's, for me, what I would imagine is the most crucial part of the process, because they get to see you in action, they get to see what you're really made of, and if what you've told them on paper, you can actually pull out those stops and do it in real life and actually approach customers and get customers sat down. Now, I know there's a lot of big scary things discussed about the audition process online, and I don't know whether it's something that's changed over time, but I did get very bad anxiety when it came to the audition process, and I'm going to talk you through what happened on my audition. I basically turned up for my audition. I was quite fortunate that it was me and just another girl, and I've read lots of different things where, you know, they go through all the products with you and then they say, right, there's like 5 products, try and sell those, or, you know, get a customer sat down, get them on the face and try and sell them type thing. My process was a little bit different, and I don't know whether that was because it was just me and another girl. So basically what happened was, there was me and another girl, and I got introduced to her and I got told she used to work for Benefit. Well, my anxiety got really bad and I started stressing out because I thought, oh my god, she's worked for Benefit before, she knows everything, like she's going to find this so easy, like she knows exactly what to do, she's clearly passed the audition before. This is how my anxiety brain ticks. I was absolutely crapping it, I'm not going to lie, I was beside myself. So the area manager, Sarah, went round the counter. She actually introduced us to near enough all of the products and talked about all of them. I obviously had quite a good understanding of a lot of the products anyway, due to doing beauty blogging and YouTube, so I was quite fortunate in that way that I had a lot of product knowledge anyway. And then it was basically a case of, right, so there's your basic knowledge, go out, see if you can get some customers sat down. It's not about, they say it's not about selling to the customer, it's about getting them sat down and they want to hear the conversations you're having and the way you're talking to customers and stuff. Personally, I did sell items and obviously I got the job. I don't know if it does actually, my area manager told me it doesn't matter if you sell anything. I don't know whether that's true or not because I know other people who haven't got the job because they didn't sell anything. I have no idea, so I can't really say about that. Anyway, so basically what happened with me is I went out and I started walking around and my brain's going, you can't do this, Amber, you can't do this, you haven't got this, what are you doing here, why are you here, why are you doing this, you know you can't do it, you know you haven't got it, she's worked here a long time, she knows what she's doing, and my brain was proper like torturing me and it was horrible. And then straight away she was getting people sat down and I was thinking, oh my god, what am I going to do, what am I going to do? Like, she's got people in the seat straight away and like I can't even approach anyone to get them sat down, panicking. And I literally just burst out crying. I know you're probably going to laugh at me, but my anxiety was so bad that I did start crying. And the area manager, Sarah, who's lovely, she took me off the shop floor for a minute and she said, look, Amber, like, I was shaking. I was like, I want this so bad. Like, you do not understand how much this means to me and how much I want this. And like, it's all just got too much for me, and like I'd let the fact that that girl had worked for them before, I mean, just because she worked for them before doesn't mean that you're going to get a job over me, do you know what I mean? Like, it's about who does best on the day, and I'd let all these things get to me and I'd basically had a breakdown and she went, right, take a deep breath, I can tell that this means so much to you, come back and show me what you've got. I took a deep breath, wiped my face off, and I got a lady sat down, and then I began to realise that this other girl that was on the interview with me was actually, like, she was great, like, she was really good, but a lot of the people she had sat down she knew because they knew her from when she worked on the counter, so she used to do eyebrows and stuff, so a lot of them were her like previous customers that had come over to go like, oh hi, you alright, god, I haven't seen you in a while, and that's how she got them sat down quite easily, where obviously for me it was more of a challenge. So as soon as I got someone sat down and I realised that was the case, I thought, well, this is a big thing for me because I don't know this lady from Adam and I've managed to get her sat down, and I got chatting to her, and then that was it then, because I'm really good at sales, my natural sales part started to come out, and you know, just I'm not the hard sell type of person, that's not me. I'm very bubbly and I tell people how it is, and I was me. That's all I can say to you is be yourself. I was me. And then that lady went away and she took quite a few products, and then I got another lady, she took a mascara, then I got a young girl and I actually did a full face from scratch. Literally, she had not a scrap of makeup on, and I did a full face from scratch, and she was absolutely over the moon, and she took quite a lot of the products, and it made my day. And in the end, Sarah actually had to step in and give me a tap and say, look, Amber, like, I'll get someone to finish that off for you, because I was with the lady for so long. I actually went over to Sarah and I went, look, will you do me a favour? If I don't get the job, will you like give me some feedback as to why? And she went, what makes you think you haven't got the job? And I thought, and I was thinking to myself, have I got the job? Haven't I got the job? And that was like my interview. That's what happened, my audition. And then it was just a waiting game then, sort of to see what was going to happen. But all I can say is with the audition is like, be yourself. You have to be yourself. So basically when you're doing the audition, Benefit are quite big into traffic stopping, so that's what you were doing. You're going and you're approaching the customer and you're traffic stopping, and your aim is to basically bums on seats, so you have to try and get people sat down. Now, I didn't experience any of this tap on the shoulder, sorry, you know, you need to go home. I've heard a lot about people saying that, and Sarah actually pulled me and she said, look, you've read a lot up, haven't you? because she obviously knows I do YouTube, and I said, Jen, she went, all this stuff about people tapping people on the shoulders and sending them away, we don't do that. Like, you don't need to panic, like, it's fine, take a deep breath. So I don't know whether that's something that used to happen and it doesn't happen anymore, but it certainly didn't happen to anyone in my interview, and there's been other interviews in since I've started working, and I've not seen that happen to any of the interviews that have come in, so I don't really know what the case is with that. With traffic stopping, it's difficult, but it is confidence. Confidence is key. You've just got to go over and be quite, not assertive, but in a like, so like, instead of going over to someone and being like, do you need any help with anything today, be like, come on, I'm gonna get you sat down and do your makeover, you know, you look like you're in need of a pamper, that sort of a thing, and get them sat down in that sort of a way. I would say that if you are going for this job and you are going to do the audition, be box clever, and if you're going to apply products to the face, so like we have like a magic formula that we do, so obviously you're going to do skincare, then you're going to do your base products, and you're going to do your foundation, so build up from there. And try and use hero products, so use products that are really easy to sell. So you've got Benefit Hoola, which is like the best selling bronzer in the UK, Professional's the best selling primer, you've got the 3 mascaras, which are the top 3 mascaras in the UK, the brow products, which are the best selling brow products. You know, Benefit are the best selling makeup brand in the UK, so try and use the products to your advantage. I think another thing that you have to be aware of in your audition, which is very important, is your hygiene and organisation, because makeup is very about being hygienic. So every time you get a customer on your seat, make sure you're cleansing your hands. You have a little workstation set out for you with your cotton pads and everything on. Make sure you're cleaning your brushes, make sure you're binning your cotton pads and getting new ones out and stuff, and make sure you are using cotton pads to get dispense product on the back of your hand. Don't dispense, you know, don't open a mascara and place that wand straight onto a customer. Use a mascara wand. Make sure you're using your hygiene, because that's very, very vitally important. And also, when you're communicating with customers, don't be robotic. Do it in a way that's natural and friendly to you. I think it's very important that you know, that's the sort of thing that they look for. So it's all about, basically, in summary, being confident, friendly and enthusiastic, and showing willing that you want to be there and that you're enjoying what you're doing. You've got to let your own personality shine through, because obviously you are going to have your own little way of doing things, and everyone's got their own way of doing things, and your way is what you need to use to your advantage. Think of what products you really like and have an order in a way that you want to use them on a customer before you go for your audition. If you like, just think about the way you would and what products you think are an easy, like, think about a product that's an easy sell for you to sell, rather than making it overcomplicated and stressful for yourself. And basically just keep your workplace clean and tidy, and make sure you look clean and tidy and that you're keeping organised and tidied up. So after that, the next stage is the callback. So you get a callback to say whether you're successful or unsuccessful for the job. I got a phone call, obviously, off the area manager, told I was successful. Now, in some circumstances there is another interview stage, which you have to be interviewed by the Debenhams store manager, or the House of Fraser store manager, or the Boots store manager, whichever store you're going to be hired to. I didn't actually go through that final stage. I just got the call back, was given the okay, and then started at Debenhams like a month or so later when my contract started. But I know in some situations that people do get a call back where they have to go in and they have to be briefed by the store. You have to get like store approval, and sometimes it's like the department store manager, or it might be the beauty manager, and they'll assess whether they think you fit into the store or not. So basically, what do I think of my job? I absolutely love my job at Benefit, and to be quite honest, I get up, I know this sounds really, like, it does sound ridiculous, but I get up to work on a morning and I'm actually happy to go to work because I love what I do. I love making women smile. I love, like, it's amazing what literally, like, even just putting a little bit of blush on someone, that literally can make their day. And I just really enjoy doing it because I'm so passionate about makeup and it's what I love. So for me, I absolutely adore my job. So I just want to say, if you are looking at getting a job at Benefit Cosmetics and there's a position going in, you go for it, do it. Like, seriously, what's the worst that can happen? Do you know what I mean? Like, I use my tips and tricks and hopefully you'll get the job. But for me, the number one thing is you've just got to show your passion. And I think with a lot of people, and what Benefit look for is passion shines through. They don't, as much as I am a makeup artist, they don't look for makeup artists, because Benefit's all about super easy makeup that you can get up and throw on your face in the morning and go out the door. It's there for busy mums. It's there for people who have a 9-to-5 job. It's not there to be like overcomplicated and fancy. Like, you don't have to be a makeup artist to use Benefit makeup. So if you're going to go for it, go for it. Anyway guys, if you've got any questions about this video, or if you are looking at getting a job at Benefit and you want to ask me anything, leave them down below. I do want to do a Benefit Q&A, so I'm more than open to you leaving your questions, and I will answer them in a Benefit Q&A video. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I've given you a little bit more of an insight into getting a job at Benefit Cosmetics, and I shall see you in the next video. Mwah, thanks so much for watching.